Hello and welcome. Good morning. How are you today? How is everything going? How's everything going? How's everything going? How is everything? How's everything going? How are things? ¿Qué tal las cosas? How are things going? Yes, siempre es going. Everything's going fine, just fine, just fine. Un tejano diría fine, fine, para fine. Yes, everything's going fine. How are you doing? I'm doing just fine too. I'm good. Se dice mucho good. Estoy bueno. Claro, en español tiene otro significado, pero en inglés, I'm good means estoy bien. Estoy bien. Gracias. I'm fine, thank you. Pero yo recomiendo fine. I'm fine, but 40% of the time you'll hear people say, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Anna Barghini, she's flying, remember. Class 1079. Class 1079, Anna Barghini is in a plane flying from Milan to Stuttgart. Yes. It's a very short flight, 1 hour. But she's flying business class. She's flying over the Alps. Yeah, Switzerland, over the Alps. Lake Como, Lake Lugano, Lake Maggiore, and then the Alps, and then Germany. And she's thinking about Carl Polster, the purchasing manager at Mercedes-Benz. Carl likes Anna, and he wrote her a letter yesterday. She received a letter yesterday, and he opened his heart. Yes, he opened his heart. All right. Yes. And he said, well, you see, Anna's afraid that men could be more interested in her money, because her family's rich, than in her. However, Anna's a very attractive young lady. She's 27. And she's very attractive, but she's also rich. And so she's a bit wary. Yes, reticente, a bit wary. Worried? No, wary. She's a bit, she thinks that maybe men are more interested than just in her. However, Carl Polster wrote her a letter and said, I realize that you are, that your family is very wealthy, but money has never been a motivating factor for me. I'm from an upper middle class family with a relatively stable situation. And in any case, he has invited her, yes, to a restaurant. Okay, in the next episode in a few days, we will attend the dinner between the two. But now she's on her way to Stuttgart. And in his letter that she received yesterday, he asked her, le pidió a ella. He asked, fíjense de nuevo cómo pronunció asked yo. He asked her to have dinner with him her first night in Stuttgart in a small restaurant in the center of town. A small restaurant in the center of Stuttgart, in the center of town, where he liked to go when he wanted to enjoy a long, pleasant meal. Una comida, una cena larga y placentera. Okay, a long, pleasant meal. His uncle owns the restaurant. Anda, es de la familia. Su tío es dueño del restaurant. His uncle owns the restaurant. And it serves the best Alsatian cuisine he has ever tasted. Alsatian cuisine. Cocina alsaciana. Okay. It's French-German cuisine. All right. Yes. When Anna finished reading the letter, when she sat still for a moment. She had never received such a warm, sincere letter. Warm. Warm is lo contrario de cool. Cool has several meanings. The most important meaning is mola. Why? It's cool. Hey, it's cool, man. También cool se usa como de acuerdo. Oye, ¿lo hacemos ahora? Cool. Cool, it means okay. Okay, cool. Cool it. Tranquilo, eh? No te alteres tanto. Cool it. But cool also means temperatura un poco fresca. All right, still cool. Cool. And the opposite is warm. A perfect day is a warm day. Warm. But warm also means cálido, caluroso, como forma de ser. Una carta cálida. Yes. A warm letter. Yes. Sincere. Sincere significa sincero. Sincere. Escrito sincere. Sincere. A warm and sincere letter. All right. Maybe she ought to get to know Karl Polster a little better. Maybe she ought to. Dice aquí ought to. A lo mejor debería ir conociendo a este Karl Polster un poco mejor. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Yes. So she's going to have dinner with Karl Polster. Yeah. She's going to have dinner. They're having dinner. But she's going to have dinner with him tomorrow, I think tonight or tomorrow night. Yeah. Her first night in Stuttgart, so it's tonight. She's going to have dinner. I have 2 bookmarkers. Okay. We'll find out what happens. Grammar. Should, must, had better, ought to. You should. Deberías. Deberías estudiar más, la verdad que sí. You should study more. Should. Should is a recommendation. I've told you this many times. Should. Should is a recommendation or a suggestion. Should. You should study more. You should always make an effort. You should be polite to other people. You should. But should, ojo. Deberías cuando no lo estás haciendo. Bueno, deberías tener más cuidado con esa persona. You should. You should be more careful with that person. He's dangerous. No deberías beber tanta agua. I mean, you're 4 liters a day. That's too much. You shouldn't drink. No deberías beber 4 litros al día. Come on. You shouldn't drink so much water. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. But should also is no es obligación, es una recomendación moral, ética. Siempre debemos ser corteses con los demás. ¿A que sí? We should. So it's a recommendation, but in this case it's a moral recommendation. We should be, en España, más que deberías, debemos. Un imperativo moral. We should. Must, no. We should be polite to people at all times. En todo momento se dice at all times, con plural. We should do our best always. Debemos siempre hacer lo mejor que podamos. I guess Marta, yeah. Marta always does the best she can. I guess you always do the best you can. Yeah, she always does the best she can. All right, we should. Must is instando. Instando. Ojo. Hoy debes por todos los medios encontrar una manera de estudiar más. Come on. You must find a way to study more. Debes por todos los medios encontrar una manera de conseguir un contacto con él, de contactar con esa persona. You must. It's imperative. It's very, very important. You must. You must. Estoy implorando, instando. You must. Now, have to is por imperativo externo, es por obligación. You know, they have a gun. Call. I have to. I have to is no tengo alternativa. I have to. I have to. For example, the dentist. Son 4 años que no vas al dentista. Come on. You must go to the dentist. You must go. ¿A que sí? You must go see a dentist. You have to? No. I'm not forcing you I'm not pointing a gun at you and say, go to the dentist. You say, oh, hello, Mr. Dentist, I have to. No. So have to is an externally imposed obligation. Okay? And must is an internally imposed obligation. Or imposed by another person as an instancia. Come on, you have to go. Secreto. Have to vale para los dos. Must, no. Must is always a moral obligation or internally imposed obligation. Never externally. For example, if a person is pointing a gun at me and says to me, either you leave, if you stay here, I'm going to kill you. Get out. Lárgate. Get out. And he's pointing a gun at me. And I say to Marta, I said, I have to leave. Sorry. I have to leave. Okay, it's an externally imposed obligation. Have to. En este caso, jamás diría, I must leave. No, it's yes. I must leave. No. I must leave. I have to leave. So, externally. So, should, recommendation. Must, instando. And have to, external obligation. Now, must has a second meaning. Must is deber de. Pues deben de estar muy enfadados, dado lo que ha pasado. They must be very angry. Es una conclusión lógica. Sacas una lógica conclusión. Hombre, debe de estar muy contrariado, después de lo que le ha pasado. Debe de estar. He must be very upset. Disgustado, contrariado. He must be very upset after what happened. Pues debe de ser verdad. Si Marta dice es verdad, pues será verdad. Debe de ser. Claro, será verdad en inglés no existe. Usar el futuro así, it will be. Curioso, me encanta la forma eso. Pues si Marta dice que es verdad, pues será verdad. In English, it will be impossible. It will be, será verdad mañana. Okay, yes, using the future. But this way of using, fantastic way, I love it. In Spanish, you're saying, pues, bueno, se estarán entreteniendo con otras cosas. Supongo. We say, probably. Si Marta dice que es verdad, será verdad. If Marta says it's true, it must be true. Pues si dice que es verdad, debe de ser verdad. También nos vale en castellano decirlo así. It must be true. And so we use must in this way. Pues mira, tiene un Rolls Royce, debe de ser rico. He's driving a Rolls Royce. He must be rich. No, he's not rich. But he's driving a Rolls Royce. Yeah, but he's the chauffeur. The chauffeur. Okay, fine. Well, maybe he's rich too. Maybe the chauffeur is rich. No, I don't think so. Although I remember. Do you remember a movie? I can't remember the name of the movie. It's been made twice. In the 1950s with Humphrey Bogart and the Belgian actress, Audrey Hepburn. Humphrey Bogart and Audrey Hepburn, they made a movie, Sabrina. ¿Te suena? Sabrina. And 40 years later, with Harrison Ford, and I can't remember the female. The original was much better. Now, Humphrey Bogart is the elder son. There are two sons, Humphrey Bogart and another famous actor, William Holden. William Holden is the younger brother, Viva la Virgen, the younger típico, and Humphrey Bogart is the older brother, very serious, okay. And Audrey Hepburn is the chauffeur's daughter. ¿Has visto la peli? Es la hija del chofer, de la familia, or for the family. It's a very rich family. And Audrey Hepburn is very beautiful. And there's one moment in which the father, El Patriarca de Todos, the father, is with his chauffeur. He's sitting in the back seat, and the chauffeur And the father says something, and the father finds out that the chauffeur is rich. Because the chauffeur has spent so much time waiting for the patriarch, for his business. He's in his car, so he studies the stock market. And he invests money in the stock market, and he's become rich. The chauffeur is almost as rich as his boss. And the boss says, Charles, you're fired. Despedido, because you're too rich. That's an interesting and funny moment in the movie. All right, he must be rich. He's driving a Rolls Royce, debe de ser rico. Si no, no tendría un Rolls, como se dice aquí. En inglés, we don't say a Rolls. He has a Rolls. Yes, también. Solemos decirlo todo. Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce. A Rolls Royce. And Rolls Royce company makes very good engines for jets as well. It's a very good company. All right. So, should, must, and have to, y por último uno más. Had better. Had better. No tiene sentido gramatical esta expresión. Had como pasado de have. O había, had. Had better, mejor. Claro, es mejor que, yo creo que es mejor que te vayas. Okay. En inglés, yo creo que es mejor que te vayas, ¿vale? Se puede traducir, you had better leave. You had better leave. However, you had better leave es un poco más para que te vayas, ¿eh? Siempre implica consecuencias. Had better always implies negative or dangerous consequences. You'd better. Y siempre es con mucho ahínco. You'd better. Más vale que te vayas, porque si no, la jefa viene y, si te ve aquí, the boss is coming. I think you'd better leave. Yeah. Otherwise, the boss is going to get the wrong idea. Yeah, to get the wrong idea is interpretar la situación incorrectamente. Yes. Yeah. There's nothing between you and me. But if the boss comes and sees us together, she's going to get the wrong idea. Yeah. She's going to think maybe we are having a relationship and it's not true. So, Juanita, I think you'd better leave. All right. In this case, had better. You'd better. And of course, you remember the famous song, right? La canción no recuerdas, no? No? Yes. I have sung this song at least 5 times in the past 5 years on this program. Santa Claus sabe, y sabe muy bien quién eres y cómo te comportas o cómo te portas. All right. Así que más vale que tengas cuidado. Más vale que no llores ni hagas pucheros, porque si no te trae carbona, que sí. You'd better watch out. You'd better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. He's going to make sure who's naughty or nice. Naughty es travieso y malo. Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sakes. Que por Dios que seas bueno. You'd better watch out. You'd better not cry. Watch out means tener cuidado. Watch out. You'd better watch out. You'd better not cry. You'd better not pout. Pout. Hacer pucheros. Pout. I'm telling you why. Te estoy diciendo el porqué. Santa Claus is coming to town. You also had better. All right. Finally. How much time? No lo he visto. Okay, we have enough time. I didn't put my bookmarker. Claro, me sobraba un marker. Yeah, this one I didn't. Where am I? Okay. Yes. Page 148. Me está costando. Page 148. At the top. Like a broken record. Es lo mismo. A broken record is disco rayado. Hello, Ivory. Hello. Okay. It's a broken record. Yeah. I'm thinking about, that's a broken record. Mira, ya lo has dicho tantas veces que eres como un disco rayado, Pablo. You're like a broken record. Now, it's interesting. Record es el disco. En disco de vinilo, ojo, es un disco de vinilo. Record también es un registro en una base de datos, campos y registros, fields and records. A record también es un registro de antecedentes. Por ejemplo, do you have a police record? ¿Tienes antecedentes penales? O sea, un registro policial. Do you have a police record? Record? All right. Record. La misma palabra, con diferente stress, with a different stress, is grabar, to record. Voy a grabar mi voz. I'm going to record. The spelling is identical. De hecho, con calzador se podría decir, voy a grabar un disco de vinilo. I'm going to record a record. I'm going to record a record. Y luego una marca. Aquí se dice récord. El récord mundial, ya no se dice la marca. We say to break the record. So to break a record, out of context, to break a record has two meanings. Fijar o establecer una marca mundial, un récord mundial, en atletismo o natación, por ejemplo. To break a record, or romper un disco de vinilo. To break a record. I've broken a record. Yes, I broke a record in Dallas, in the 200 meters, el récord del deporte intramuros, 21.7, 200 metros lisos. I broke a record. I don't know if my record still stands. Probably somebody else broke my record. I don't know if the record still stands. Todavía queda como record. I don't know. So, like a broken record, yes, you're making the same mistake every time. People are, not people is, people are. You're like a broken record. Okay, like a bull in a china shop. Wow. Como un toro en una tienda de cosas de China. This type of, claro, dice como un elefante en una cacharrería. All right, well, I prefer a bull in a china shop. But china shop is very expensive, exquisite cups, saucers, plates. And you bring a bull in a china shop. Yes, por favor, deja de actuar como un elefante en una cacharrería. Ya has roto 3 copas. Please stop acting like a bull in a china shop. China, so China, igual que en español de China, ¿no? Yeah, we have the same. The country and the ceramics. China. Pieces of china. My mother had a set of china. We never used it. Never. I don't remember. It was only for show. You know. So it was part of the furniture was the china. Yes. Like a bull in a china shop, like a fish out of water, como pez fuera del agua. These expressions are exactly the same in the two languages. Like a fish out of water. Aquí no, aquí me siento como pez en el agua. I felt like a fish in water. But the first time, in 2005 or 2006, I felt like a fish out of water for the first 5 minutes. After that, pan comido. A piece of cake. Yeah. Like a fish out of water, and finally, like a kid in a candy shop. Like a kid in a candy store. Yes. Como un chavalín en una tienda de dulces. Dice aquí como pez en el agua. Yeah. Como pez en el agua, vale. Like a kid es un chaval. O chavala. Pero cuando se dice a kid, usually we think of a boy, not a girl. Like a kid in a china shop. In a china shop. In a candy store. Like a bull in a china shop. Like a kid in a candy store. Yes, a candy store. I remember when my son was 5 years old. Jack, Jack when he was 5 years old. When we traveled to the States, we often went to shopping malls. But before, we checked where are the toy stores. Tiendas de jugueterías. And to avoid it. Because if my son saw the toy store, and it was impossible. I mean, it was a traumatic experience. No, come on, we have to go. It was a traumatic experience. So first thing we did was to check where the toy store was, and we tried to avoid it in the shopping mall. All right. So like a kid in a candy store or like a kid in a toy store and things like that. I think I'm running out of time. Is it true I'm running out of time? Se me acaba. Yeah. It's time to go. It's the final countdown. La da da da. Yeah. But tomorrow is another day, which means I'll be back. See you.